Hello, hello, and welcome to Pure Live. It is Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Now, of course, we have an exciting guest on the show because that's what we do. But before we get into all that, we have to deal with our sponsors. So here we go. All right. You guys, a great organization to get involved in. I tell you every single week they are a part of why this is here today, this show. Um, and I'm so proud of my sisters. They're constantly growing. They have so many different courses for you to take. They are very supportive, help you get your goals, in order and get you focused. Help connect with them and tell them Asia sent you. And next we are going to Motive Athletics. Here we go. And I'm sure you see that they deal with all shades. And I'm wearing Lotus Cosmetics today. Thank you. And of course, we got Abella Eyewear. We got blue blockers. We got shades. And you get 30% off if you go to my site today. So go to AsiaJamal.com. You'll see at the top you can go to Lotus Cosmetics and Abella Eyewear, and you get discounts on both. On me. You're welcome. So, now, without further ado, we are going to introduce our guest today, Nisha Brown.
Hi, top of the day. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being
Thank
on
you for
today.
being on today.
Yeah, this is fun. I've been looking forward to this.
Yes, yes. So you have
Yes,
quite the
yes.
colorful
You have
background,
quite
so
the colorful
I'm looking
background,
forward to
so
it too.
I'm looking forward to it
Thank
too.
you.
So please introduce
So
yourself.
please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Nisha Brown. I'm a model, actress, plus I'm a writer as well, and I just added podcast host to my long list of stuff, and true crime podcast, which is my absolute passion.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And who doesn't like
And
a
who
little
doesn't
true
like a little
crime?
true crime?
Yeah, I think I was like I love it so much. I'm scared that I'm a little bit of a psychopath. Like
Oh
I can
Oh
no.
no.
I can sit there and research these cases for hours, and it really means a lot to me to be able to actually educate people on the justice system because I know so much about it now.
That's
That's
excellent. So we're gonna
excellent. So
start
we're
from the
gonna start from
beginning.
the beginning.
Where are you
Where
from?
are you from?
Well, I was actually raised in Atlanta, but right now I'm in California.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What
okay.
part?
What part?
Well, I'm in Sacramento, California right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Okay.
the
Okay.
the city capital.
All
All
So you're just
so
from
you're just from
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Hmm. Yeah, I lived in.
So,
I was born in Greenville, South Carolina. Then we moved to Atlanta and then California.
oh, moved
Oh,
around a
moved
little
around a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah.
So where did you
So where
grow
did you
up?
grow up?
I grew up in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta,
Okay.
and then I came out here a little bit before my son was born. I have a 19-year-old. I'm telling my age, but I came out here, yeah, a little bit before he was born.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you like it
Do you
better
like
there?
it better there?
Actually, I like both places, for like different reasons. Like I don't know, I'm able to adapt kind of anywhere. But I will definitely say, like, because I like to eat, so like the southern food and stuff. Of course, Atlanta has that going. But
Mhm.
yeah,
So,
So,
what did you
what did
originally
you
do? Because it
originally
looks
do?
like
Because it looks
you
like you
deal with
deal with
various types
various types
of
of
entertainment.
entertainment.
yes.
So, what did
So,
you grow
what did you
up
grow
wanting to
up
do?
wanting to do?
Well, I actually grew up wanting to be an actress for a long time, and but my passion was always writing. So my favorite subject in school was always English, and so I ended up, writing books. I published my first book in 2016, so that was really like the beginning of everything.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So,
do you
do
have
you have
siblings,
siblings,
or you the
or
only
you the only
child, or?
child, or?
I grew up as an only child on my mom's side, but I do have siblings on my dad's side. So I have a lot of siblings and stuff, but I grew up an only child, which it kind of sucks a little bit. I always said I kind of wanted a twin sister because I would love to see how it is with two of us running around, but I guess that'll never happen for me. So,
It might have been
It might have
dangerous.
been
I don't
dangerous.
know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
but
Yeah.
so
so
what
what
made
made
you
you
in
in
heavily with the
heavily with
reading
the
and
reading and
writing?
writing?
Well, for me, I've always loved to read. So my role model was always Zane, and then Stephen King because I like different kinds of books. But urban fiction for me, writing has always been my passion. And so, I started off kind of writing Miss Carmel, and that took me 5 years to write, because I had a batch of homelessness and stuff like that. And after I wrote my first one, it just became so much easier to just get my stories out there. And the time it took me to write, it just got shorter and shorter. And so I realized like I'll have a story that pops in my head and I'll say, I need to get this down on paper. And I just, before you know it, I just start creating all these, these different characters and, just kind of going into their world with them. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know
Yes,
that you
I know
like
that
the
you like
spicy
the spicy
topics.
topic.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, urban fiction and erotica is my genre.
And what
And what
I'm sorry, what was that?
what
what
influenced that?
influenced that?
Well, my because you know what Zane has been my role model. Like when I was reading, and I was like, I would love to like write an erotica, and outside of that, that's just kind of where my heart kind of went when it came to writing. I've tried to write other things like not necessarily like novels, but I've tried to think about maybe other things that I may want to write, and for some reason, it always goes back to urban fiction. But I do want to start writing true crime, and I'm just like I think that I'm gonna actually try to do a murder mystery soon, but it's just not speaking to me yet. Yeah,
Okay, we'll
Okay,
speak.
we'll see.
yeah.
So before
So
we get
before
to
we
the
get
other
to
things
the
that
other
you do,
things that
because we
we
need
do, because
to
we need
have
to
some
have
special
some
parts.
special parts.
Oh yeah.
So
So
let's talk
let's
about
talk
this
about this
project you
project.
have,
Oh yes.
the
Yes.
The
hot
hot
garbage show.
garbage show.
Uh huh.
So how do
So
people
how do
find
people
it?
find it?
So the Hot Garbage Show right now is available on Apple Podcasts. It's available on Spotify, Amazon, uh, iHeart. I'm leaving something else. Stitcher, for anywhere you can find a podcast at. I just found out that you could actually listen to it on a website and Alexa as well. I didn't even know that. I looked at my stats and I said, oh, people are listening to it on Alexa. So that was a surprise to me. So apparently you can listen to Hot Garbage on Alexa.
Okay, well I
Okay,
got
well I
that.
got that.
Yeah, and it's great. We're
Okay.
actually nationwide now. We have listeners that in Australia even now. So I'm really excited about
Oh,
that.
Oh,
international. Okay.
international.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's nice.
So how often
How
do
often do
you
you
put out
put
content?
out content?
So every Thursday we drop a new episode, and it's available 12 o'clock midnight exactly on Thursday. You can look forward to a new episode of Hot Garbage, and it's a true crime edition. So we always talk about a different case. So we've talked about so far, to give an example, Dahmer, John Benet Ramsey, Michelle Blair, and this week's episode, the newest episode, is Tyler Hadley, the guy that killed his parents to have a party.
Oh, I
Oh,
know
Yeah,
I
about
know about
that.
that.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty crazy. So check that
Very.
out.
Very.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
definitely.
I'm
I like
definitely.
to
I
hear other
like to hear
people's
other
takes
people's
on these
takes on
different
these different
cases.
cases.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it's really scary because I mean, honestly, if you think about it, it can happen to anybody. And I started off listening to true crime because I wanted to see how to avoid it happening to me, and then I just started thinking, okay, now I'm getting education about the justice system, so I can really educate people about that.
Yep, that's what
Yep,
I tell
that's
people.
what I tell people.
Because they're like,
Because they're
why
like,
do you,
why do
why do you
you,
watch
why
this
do you
stuff?
watch
Why are
this
you
stuff? Why are you
comfortable listening to
comfortable
this stuff
listening
all
to
the
this stuff
time?
all the time?
Like, it's
It's
educational.
educational.
It really is. It is. If you can get past the murder and gore and stuff like that, it's education.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
that
That
part.
part.
Yeah,
I do
I do
have to take
have to
breaks from
take
time to
breaks from
time.
time to time,
yeah,
But
but
but yeah, I can get right
yeah, I
back
can get
into
right
it.
back into it.
yeah. Me too. There's a lot of different podcasts I listen to, but for the most part, it's the true crime for me. And now I have
Okay,
my own
okay.
show, so I'm excited with my co-host.
So when did that
So when did
start?
that start?
That actually that started a year ago, but not the true crime part of it. Hot Garbage actually started off as a Facebook Live podcast that we did, and it would talk about different news articles. So we would take news articles, we would talk about three of them, and kind of like make jokes and stuff out of them. It wasn't necessarily about murder; it was just about crazy, stupid news stuff that we would see. And then I was like, you know what, my true crime is my passion, and I was like, I think that it would be better on, a podcast like on Spotify because a lot of people listen to podcasts on the way to work, exercising, whatever they're doing. And so it was my idea to kind of, transform it into a true crime podcast. And so that's
Okay,
kind of where we
okay.
are. Yeah, so we've gained more listeners and, more support.
Very
Very
cool.
cool.
So let's
So
start
let's
talking
start
about
talking
some
about
books.
some books.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
So
functional,
functional,
but in
but
love
in
with
love
the
with the
cocaine.
cocaine.
Yeah, that's my
Can you
latest
tell
Can
us
one.
you
about
tell us
that?
about that?
So that one is about three sisters who, by the way, it's going to be a series. So the first book is their teenage years and their childhood years. And the sister's mother is a sex worker who gets them strung out on cocaine because she was like, your life is going to be very hard. And I'm preparing you right now so you could be able to have something to kind of numb your pain for when it does come up. Or if you ever do have to become a sex worker like me. So she gets them strung out on drugs. Now, along the way, though, the three of them basically adapt to it in different ways. They're all strung out on drugs, but they all have their different traumas and they all adapt to it differently, but they all stick together, and have each other's backs. And then the second one is going to be them in their adult life, which is pretty much going to follow the same path.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Very
Very
interesting.
interesting.
Thank you.
So how many
So
parts
how
do
many
you plan
parts
on
do you plan
having?
on having?
Well, for this one, it's only going to be two parts because I decided to
Okay.
do
Okay.
the adult and then the kid, and I feel like that could pretty much tie that up.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's move
So
on
let's
to the
move on
next.
to the next.
Confessions of a
Confessions of
call
a
center
call center
victim.
victim.
Yeah, yeah, that one's a
Talk
three
about
part
Talk
that.
about
series.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's
Okay.
that one's a three-part series. It's about women that work in a call center. I actually used to work in a call center for a very long time. So this one is about drama that goes on in the call center. Kind of behind the scenes. Each book has four women. Most of the time, it's the same women, but you will see different characters in there. But there's love, there's drama, there's people stabbing people in the back, and that one's actually my most popular book that I wrote. Like everyone just loves that book so much.
So you
So
worked in
you
a
worked in
call
a
center
call
like
center
that?
like that?
Well, I want to say I probably put like a lot of extras on it. I don't want to say it was exactly like that, but there was a lot of juicy stuff that would go on in the call center I worked at. But I probably just heightened it a little bit. Let's just say
Okay.
nobody ever got like murdered or anything at my call center.
That's a good
So,
thing.
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Okay, let's
Okay, let's
see.
see.
Okay, and this is
Okay,
the
and this
part
is the
three.
part three.
That's part three of it. Yeah, that's the very final
Okay.
book in the series.
And where
And
can
where
everybody
can
get these
everybody get
books?
these books?
All my books are available on Amazon, or if you want to, instant message me, I could also, send out signed copies. But it seems like everybody likes the Kindle version, so yes, they're all available on Amazon.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm curious
I'm
about
curious
this.
about this.
That one is actually a spin-off of the Confession of a Call Center Vixen series. So no one, there's only two characters from the original story that's in that one, and that one is, oh my gosh, Antoine and Janelle. That was their names. I was like, I almost forgot my character's name, which one I carried over. But yeah, that one is a spinoff of Janelle and how, after she leaves the call center, she
Mhm.
develops a relationship with someone else in the call center. So this is going to be their story.
Okay, my baby
Okay, my
mama's a
baby
thought.
mama's a thought.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
So yeah,
So
you
yeah,
like
you
the
like
the real
the
juicy
real
stuff.
juicy stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The juicier, the better.
So how do you
So
get
how do you get
inspired to
inspired
write these
to
different
write these
stories?
different stories?
You know what? Like I'm a person that goes through writer's block, a lot. And so like my mind has to be clear before like characters to start talking to me. So, what I'll do is I'll sit here and I'll write an outline that helps me a lot. It may be like what I want to happen in a chapter or what I want to happen in a book because it takes me a long time to actually get the book together. So, I just have to, either write it down or it may be just something that I think about or it may be something that I see and I'm like, I could write a book about that. And then I'll just kind of tighten it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that makes sense.
So did
So
your
did your
writing
writing
inspire you to get
inspire you to get
into
into
other forms of
other forms of
entertainment?
entertainment?
Yes, actually it did. And I don't like because I've always liked acting. Like I said, like I was always like in plays and stuff like that when I was in high school. But life got in the way, and I kind of put everything on the back burner. And then when I wrote my book and I really started getting my book out there, I kind of started getting back on the casting website. I started talking to different people, and I was like, this is something that I really want to do, something that I want to, really, get into and strive hard to achieve it. So that's kind of what brought me here is I've been just going, straight forward for the past 6 years.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
all
So
right.
I
So
would like
I would like
to
to
dig a little
dig a
further
little
into
further
that.
into that.
So
So
I know
I
that
know
like when
that like
you,
when you,
well, not all
well,
the
not
time,
all the
but
time, but
if
Hmm.
you
if
read
you
people's
read people's
work
work
or if you see the
or if
things
you
that
see
they
the things
act
that they
in,
act in,
you can
you
find a
can
little
find a
piece of
little piece of
themselves in
themselves
their work.
in their work.
Hmm.
So what
So
pieces
what
of
pieces
Nisha
of
do you
Nisha do
drop in
you
your
drop
work?
in your work?
Well, you know what, and I didn't even do this on purpose, but I noticed that like most of the women that I write about, they're going through so much, but they're persevering off it. Like okay, so I write bad characters too. But like usually like the heroine of the story, it may seem like she's doing stupid stuff, but it's always for a purpose. And it's always to like kind of move herself along or kind of, make her kind of achieve in life. And I noticed that because that's a piece of me too. Like there's always a method to my madness. And I noticed that I do that a lot with some of my characters too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
If you look deep into a lot of the women that I write about, they're just normal women that they're trying to live their life, but they're doing like just insane stuff along the way.
Okay, that's
Okay, that's
interesting.
interesting.
That's something I
That's
want to
something
ask
I
you
want to
about
ask
that
you
I saw
about
in
that
your
I saw in your
bio.
bio.
Uh huh.
But I want to take
But
a
I want
break
to take a
first.
break first.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think this
So
should
I
be
think
on the
this should be
second
on the
half.
second half.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So
So
for those of you
for
that are
those of you
watching
that
me
are
via
watching via
YouTube, this is what I
YouTube,
want you
this
to
is what I
do.
want you to do.
Subscribe. And if you're watching the other avenues, you guys know what to do. You on
You on
Facebook, follow
Facebook, follow
me.
me.
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn,
Twitch,
Twitter.
Twitter. I don't know
I
where
don't
else
know
I
where
am.
else I
Totally.
am.
You sound like me.
All right,
All
we're gonna
right,
take
we're
a
gonna
short
take a
little
short
break,
little
and then we're
break,
gonna
and
play
then
the
we're gonna play the
game,
game,
find the
find
fake,
the fake,
and then we're gonna
and
get
then we're
back
gonna
into
get back
Nisha's
to the
story.
story.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Asia Jamal Rogers, and I'm a singer, songwriter, choreographer, voice actor, and I'm the creator and talk show host of Pure Live. Pure is an acronym for perfectly undefined raw elegance. So naturally, we want our content to be pure, raw, and elegant. It airs live every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. And if you'd like to see all of the episodes, you can reach it at asiajamal.com, ASIAJAMAL.com. Or if you'd like to be on the show, you can reach me at asia@asiajamal.com. Hope to see you soon.
So,
So,
ladies
ladies
and
and
gentlemen,
gentlemen,
we are about to
we
play
are about to play
find the fake.
Find the Fake.
And the
Any
objective of the game
objective is
is to figure out which of these are not
are
true.
not true.
If you guess
If you
correctly,
guess correctly,
you
you
can win a
can win a
prize.
prize.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
All
So,
right. So,
not gonna tell you the
not
answer
gonna tell you
yet.
the answer yet.
That time is still
That
on it a
time is
little
still
bit.
on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get
Now
back
we're gonna
into
get
your
back
story.
into your story.
So, in
So,
your
in your
bio,
bio,
it speaks
it
about
speaks
you
about you
overcoming homelessness.
homelessness.
Yes.
So, you want to tell
So,
us
you
about
want to
that?
tell us about that?
Yes, so I was homeless for a little while. But yeah, I had to live in a homeless shelter. I just at that point I couldn't afford rent. At that point, and but along the way I met like some really good people. I joined a group called Women's Empowerment, and they actually donated me my first. It was a desktop computer because they knew that I like to write books. And it was there because I would always go to their computer lab and stuff like that. And they actually donated me a computer, and yeah, so I feel like being homeless really did help me, persevere through a lot of stuff. And that's why it actually took me so long to write my first book because before I had my computer, I would actually write in like notebooks. I would write all my stuff in notebooks and stuff like that. And so when they donated me the computer and I got my place, I was able to write everything out, on the computer. So, yeah, so I think that, being homeless actually helps me appreciate. I appreciate everything now. Not that I didn't before, but it's just a different feeling. You just start appreciating everything so much more, and you start understanding that what's bad to you now, like it could always be worse, and that's kind of how I always look at things. Like it can always be worse because it has been worse.
That is the
That
truth.
is the truth.
I dealt with some
I dealt with
hard
times
times
myself,
myself,
so I got it.
Mhm.
So did
Did
any of those
those
experiences
experiences
inspire
inspire
any
any
of
of your writing?
Actually, yeah, it did. Honestly, that experience made me push so hard. And I think that, I push so hard now because I'm just like, I never want to go through that again. And, I'll push myself through the limit. So, yes, going through that definitely did inspire a lot of my writing. And it made me just want to work harder on everything. So I'm always
Mhm.
like on a 10 when it comes to working hard. I'm like, I'll sleep when I die. That's my attitude now. Yeah.
You sound like
You sound
me.
like me.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Great minds think alike, huh?
I know that's
I know
right.
that's right.
So
So
tell me,
tell
it's
me,
like what we're
it's
talking
like what
about,
we're
you
talking
dealing
about,
with
you dealing with
different forms of
different forms of
entertainment,
entertainment,
but you also
but you
model.
also model.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a plus size model as well. And that means that's very important to me. That means a lot to me because, like, I don't know, like back when we were little, models were supposed to be the 6 feet tall, they all had like one specific size and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I actually tried to audition for America's Next Top Model. It was like this whole open casting call thing. And the
Mhm.
funny thing is, so they have people before you even get to Tyra Banks, and he was holding this stick, and I remember I walked up wearing heels, and he was like, "Oh no, you have to be as tall as this thing, but without your heels on." So I literally got
Oh.
turned around by the door, and so yeah, so it means a lot to me because now you see, like with like Savage Fenty and everything, you're able to be who you are and be a model. Because why not? And that means a lot to me.
Right.
Like I'm a size, typically I'm a size 12 to 14, but I'm a model too, and I want to be a role model to people that's my size, bigger. Why not?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So how tall
So
are
how
you?
tall are you?
Huh?
How
I
tall
oh
are you?
I
How
am
tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Me
Me
too.
Yeah.
too.
Really? Oh, see, great minds think alike. See, it was short people's club.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
a good
I'm
thing to
probably
be in
like a
small
good
Good
five
packages.
small
four.
packages.
Yeah, and I used to wear these super huge heels, so I was probably like 5'4" with heels.
Mhm.
I didn't think I was doing that on purpose, but maybe I was because I think that kind of traumatized me a little bit. When I got turned down. But
Maybe. I wear
Maybe.
heels
I wear
too.
heels too.
Mostly heels.
yeah,
Mostly heels.
Yeah.
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 Do you ever have to climb up on like the grocery store, shelves and stuff to get stuff out? Because I hate asking for help. I climb up all the time. Like,
I normally
I
have my
normally
kids
have
help
my
me.
kids help me.
oh
Cause
yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
shortest.
I'm the shortest.
So I just say, get
I
that
just
for
say,
me,
get that
please.
for me,
Yeah, oh, my son's taller than me. I know what that's like.
Mhm.
please.
Or my
Or
husband
my
did it.
husband did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
how did
how did
you
you
get
get
into actually
into
being
actually
active
being
in the
active
modeling
in the
world?
modeling world?
So basically, it started out where I would send like my pictures out, and I would participate in certain fashion shows. I would do photo shoots just with a lot of like photographers because there's a lot of photographers that's like, hey, like I want to take pictures of you, and you get the pictures, I get experience, and that way I was building up my portfolio. And
Okay.
so I ended up, getting into like an agency to where if they need like a fit model or they need, someone to do like pictures or anything like that, then they would sometimes call me. And I actually did a little bit of modeling, and I don't know if you remember this website. This was like so many years ago, but Model Mayhem. Do you remember that?
I
I
don't.
don't.
Yeah, it was a really good website because I got a lot of photographers, but I think it got shut down now because unfortunately it did have, a lot of girls I guess got raped and stuff and meet with the different yeah, it was really unfortunate. And that never happened to me, thank goodness. Everybody I met with was
Right.
always great. But I look back on it because I was like a little bit younger at the time and I'm like, man, I did stupid life endangering stuff because that's what it was. The photographers would reach out to you and they would be like, we'll shoot over here. You get the pictures, I get the experience, and it was great. The pictures was beautiful, but you're also meeting with like photographers that you don't necessarily know, but that's a lot of what I used to do too. It was just a lot of freelance stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
I understand.
I had
I had
thousands of
thousands
pictures.
of pictures.
Yeah,
I've
huh?
had quite
I've
a few
had quite
photo
a few
shoots.
photo shoots.
And yeah,
And
it can
yeah,
be
it can be
scary if you go
scary
by
if you go
yourself.
by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I used to be fearless back in the day and I wouldn't do that now, but
Yeah, and end
Yeah,
up on
and
one of
end
them
up
true
on one of
crime
them true
stories.
crime stories.
Right, that's what I was saying. This was before the true crime passion.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
I'm a survival story.
I know that's
I know
right.
that's right.
So, what do you
So,
see
what do you
yourself
see
doing
yourself
now?
doing now?
Like, what's the
Oh,
goal?
now
What's the goal?
so the goal is I want to build up my true crime podcast and become the next Angela Bassett.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I love that lady so much. I'm like, yeah, I want to walk in her footsteps. That's my goal right
She's a
now.
beautiful
She's a
person.
beautiful person.
Oh my gosh, she's so wonderful. Yeah, that is like definitely my goal. But just building up my podcast, continuing my writing and, just being great, all around, just achieving all
So,
my dreams.
so what kind of
So what
roles
kind
have
of
you
roles
played
have
in?
you played in?
So, well, actually, right now I'm going to be filming. It's called The Famed Life, and it's going to be on Edit TV, which is on Roku. What it is I'm playing as a snobbish actress who is basically she has an assistant. She's so horrible that she doesn't have anybody but her assistant. And her assistant is actually quitting because she's so horrible, and I'm sitting over here begging her not to quit. So I start that, and that's with Lisa B Productions. I start filming for that April 1st. So I've been
Okay.
really looking forward to that. Like I've been, really that's like a passion. I really got into it. So I can't wait to play the snotty movie star.
Nice.
Nice.
How do you have the
You have
time
the
for all
time
of
for
this?
all of this.
Man, I don't sleep at all. I just man, I try not to sleep or I go to bed late. I get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. That's my thing. I start my day off whether it's Monday through Friday, but Monday through Sunday I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's my thing. I don't believe in sleeping in necessarily.
Hmm.
If the little bit of time, if I do sleep in is maybe till 8, but after that, like I can't even sleep in like that. So, I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to get your stuff done, like you can't like sleep like that. I don't want to like promote not sleeping, but it's kind of the truth.
It is
It
hard.
is
It's
hard.
definitely
It's
hard
definitely hard.
because I
Because
start my day
I start my
at
day
5,
at 5,
Oh
and
yeah.
and it's really
and
because
it's
my
really
body
because
won't
my
let
body
me
won't
go
let me go
any later.
any later.
Yeah.
I just wake
I
up
just
at
wake
that
up
time
at that time
before my
before
alarm,
my alarm,
Mhm.
and get
and
things
get
going. And
things
I
going.
I
And
do a lot of
I do
different
a lot
things
of different
too.
things too.
Mhm.
So
So
I get it.
I get it.
Yeah, I believe in the early bird gets the worm. So you know what I'm talking about. That saying is true. The early bird gets the worm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So what do you
Yeah.
do to
So what do you do to
unplug? Do you
unplug? Do you
unwind? Do you
unwind? Do you
vacation?
vacation?
Yes, I love to vacation. I take my kids on vacation. Typically, I go on vacation, with my friends. I also like to read a lot. I when I can, I'll watch like some TV shows because I do like to, watch TV shows. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much that's like my most favorite thing is, and just recently I got into basketball because my daughter is a cheerleader, and I've never been a super big sports fan, but watching her games and stuff is so entertaining and so good that now me and my son are starting to watch basketball games. So I like did my research to see who my team is, and I'm actually going for the Kings now. So I'm learning about
Oh,
basketball. Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
yeah. I never thought
Believe
I
it or
would do
not,
it,
I
but I'm
Believe it
a
or
did.
not,
sports
I
fan.
played it.
Oh, you play basketball?
I did
I
when I was
did when I was
younger. Yes,
younger. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So, are you really good?
I was.
I was.
It's been a
It's
lot of
been a
years.
lot of years.
But what I was
But what
good
I was
for is
good
getting
for
that
is
ball
getting
in the
that ball in the
basket.
basket.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah, it's
guard
I
actually
wouldn't
nobody.
guard
I'm too
nobody.
short.
I'm too short.
yeah. yeah.
That's all I did.
All I did.
So
Yeah.
that's good that
That's good
you
that
know how
you
to
know how to
unwind and take
unwind and
breaks.
take breaks.
I'm still learning
I'm
how to
still
do that
learning how to do that
myself.
myself.
How do you know
How
when
do you
it's
know
that
when it's
time
that time
where you're like, okay,
where
I
you're
Uh,
need
like,
to
okay, I
just
need to just
take a break?
take a break?
well, I know kind of when it's time. Like honestly, when I start just getting when I feel like I can't focus on anything. For example, if I have my computer up and that thing's coming to me with the way of writing, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just wasting time. So I'll get me a glass of wine. I may like watch a half hour of something, or and then I'll be like, okay, and I need to get back into the mind space. Or if I'm trying to like memorize a script and I notice I'm seeing the same thing over and over again, but it's not getting in my mind. I'm like, okay, like obviously my body is telling me that I have to shut down or I have to, kind of put my focus away and then
Mm-hmm.
come back to this because I'm getting a lot done, but I'm not getting anything done. So that's kind of
Right.
how I kind of gauge it. Because I don't really never physically get tired. Like you'll never just see me say, "Hey, I'm so tired, I just have to lay down." But it's more like my brain will just start shutting down.
The computer
The
needs to
computer
reboot.
needs to reboot.
yeah, yeah. Wine helps a lot
Listen.
too.
Amen. I'm an
Amen.
advocate
I'm
for
an
that.
advocate for that.
Yeah.
So
So,
do you have
do
like
you
a lot
have
of
like a lot of
friends
friends
Do you
Do
hang out
you
with lots
hang
of
out with
people?
lots of people?
Yeah, I do. Well, I
Are they
mean,
friends? Friends?
yeah, like I have two good friends that I hang out with. One of them is my co-host on the podcast, Buddha
Mhm.
Badass. And then my other friend is an author too. Her name is Donna, and she's just awesome too. She gives me good advice and everything, and we kind of bounce each other's ideas off of us for our books. So those are the two that I'm really like close with. And then I have my girlfriend too.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
So,
so
So,
how do you,
how do you,
just I
just
went
I
to
have
be
went
on the
to
next
be on the next
broadcast.
broadcast.
So honestly, I have so many cases that I have cases lined up, all the way for the next 2 years. So I just kind of pick cases, and then sometimes people will email me cases, and I'll put those on the list. And my co-host, he's not as much of a true crime addict as I am, so he's picked about, I want to say, 3 cases so far. So that's kind of how I just gauge it. I mean, because there's no shortage, we'll never run out of cases to do. So that's the. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that a lot of people
I
get
know,
murdered,
right?
but yeah, but we'll never run out of content. But yeah, I have almost 2 years lined up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
I think
crazy.
it's
It's like
crazy.
there's
It's like there's
a whole
a whole
channel,
channel,
investigation
Yeah,
investigation
discovery,
discovery,
dedicated to
dedicated
this
to
stuff.
this stuff.
yeah,
Like not
Like
not just
not
a
just a
series on
series
this
on this
channel.
channel.
that's insane, isn't it? So where you can literally sit there and watch it 24 hours. That's crazy.
24 hours
24
a
hours a
day.
day.
Insane.
Insane.
What does that
What does
say
that
though
say though
about
about
people?
people?
Like
Like
so many
so
people.
many people. Like
There's a whole
there's a
bunch
whole bunch
of
of
um
um
what do you
what
call
do you call
like
like
the
the
domestic.
domestic.
So
Oh,
they'll have
domestic
a lot of the
A
violence.
lot of
married
the
ones,
married ones,
Yeah, the
the
domestic
the
murders,
ones. Yeah.
murders,
Mhm.
and then
and then there's
what is it
what is it
called?
called?
Something about the
Something about the
neighbor.
neighbor.
Oh, I
That
know what
whole
you're
That
talking about.
whole
series.
series.
Oh my, Alex. Are you talking about Alex Murdoch? Or yeah, it is Alex
The,
Murdoch, right?
no,
No,
it's a
it's
series
a
on
series on
investigation
investigation
discovery,
discovery,
and they
Oh,
and
talk
they
okay.
talk
about
about
different
different
situations where the
situations where
neighbors
the
got
neighbors
into
got
it
into it
and somebody
and
got
somebody
killed.
got
Oh,
killed.
I didn't know about that one. I gotta check that out. Cause
Oh,
that's
that's been
Oh,
on
yeah,
that's
for
been
some
on
time.
for some time.
yeah. I gotta check that one out. Yeah, imagine getting killed by your neighbor though. That's crazy.
I know over
I know
dumb
overdone
stuff.
stuff.
It is, but it's crazy because it's mostly like. But I noticed that people in houses get into it more than people in apartments. Have you noticed that? And it's like
Yeah,
it's crazy
yeah.
because you're in a house and you get into it over, oh well, your dog was on my lawn, just stupid stuff like that. I don't
Yeah,
know what it
Yeah.
is.
I don't
I don't
think either.
either.
I'll say this
I'll
though,
say
as
this
a
though, as
homeowner
a
myself,
homeowner myself,
it,
it
you take more
you take
pride
more pride
into
into
what you
what
have
you
and you
have
own it.
and
Mhm.
own it.
Mhm.
Whether it's
Whether it's a
little
little
condo
condo
or a
or
big house or
big
whatever
house
it
or
is,
whatever it is,
you're just
Yeah.
like,
you're just like,
don't put any trash on
putting
my
trash on my
property.
property.
Don't,
That's what it is,
You
huh?
know,
Yeah.
you know,
Because in an apartment, it's mostly about noise. Like, okay, like you're making too much noise, but you don't really see people get killed over that. Like, but you're
right,
right because
right.
you own that property, so yeah, you're gonna kill somebody over that.
Right.
That makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna kill nobody over somebody else's property. Like, that wouldn't even make sense. Like,
no, but you're
No,
like,
but you're
hey, you
like,
don't get
hey,
to
you don't
trash
get to
my
trash my
property.
property.
yeah, yeah,
Just draw the
Just
line.
draw the
This is where
line.
your
This is
fence
where
is
your
supposed
fence
to
is supposed
be,
to
and all
be,
that
and
stupid
all that
stuff.
stupid stuff.
yeah. That man, that is so crazy.
It is.
It is.
And then
But
there's
it's
And
fun.
then there's
the whole
the
series
whole
about
series about
women that
women that
kill.
kill.
Oh yeah, I watched that. The Killer Women.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like
yeah.
Like
all
all
ages.
ages.
Did you hear about the lady that killed her husband for the life insurance policy, but then found out that he had the life insurance policy sealed to his ex-wife? So she killed him so his ex-wife got cashed out. Like she didn't even do her research.
Oh
Oh
man.
man.
Oh my god! If I was the ex-wife, I would be like, "Thank you, thank you so much."
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
That
Poor
was the
girl.
funniest thing ever.
He must have
He
had it
must
in
have
his
had it in
mind
his
that she
mind
was
that
in
she
that
was in
route.
that route.
You know what? Maybe, yeah. I think so
Yeah.
because I was like, but how do you not look to see? Like, you didn't do your research? Because that's the first thing. Before I killed him, I would have looked at that paperwork first to see whose name is on the policy.
Well, maybe,
Well, maybe
originally
originally
it
it
was
was
in
in
her
her
name
name
and didn't
and
think that
didn't
he
think that he
changed it.
changed it.
Oh, maybe it was, huh? It
And he
could
was
have
like,
been.
he's like,
She's acting
kind
kind
of
of
funny.
funny.
I think I'm
I
Yeah,
a
think I'm a
rechange
rechange
the
the stuff.
that's some funny stuff. Now she's in prison now. Imagine doing all that, and not getting nothing. That's crazy.
Damn being
And
locked
being
up.
locked up.
Hmm.
So stupid.
So stupid.
Without
Doing
parole
some dumb
too.
stuff.
Dumb stuff.
Yeah, they be doing some dumb stuff.
Like it's not worth
It's
my
not worth
freedom.
my
It
freedom.
really
It
isn't.
really isn't.
No,
I like
especially
my
without
life.
parole.
Right.
Right.
I thought,
I thought,
what's the
what's
point?
the point?
Because by
Because
the
by the
time
time
you get out, let's
you
say
get out,
it's 10
let's
to
say it's 10
15
to
years,
15 years,
Yeah.
don't have a
you
job,
don't have a job,
Mm-mm.
you weren't able to
you weren't
keep
able
your
to keep your
property,
property,
you weren't able
you
to
weren't
keep
able
your
to keep your
car.
car.
What do you
Yeah.
have?
What do you have?
You know how I be wondering that too, like life after lockup, because let's say you get out and you're elderly, so a lot of the people that you know and stuff have died. Like, who are you staying with? That part I don't know.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
But most of these people, when they kill people, I haven't heard of 10 or 15 years sentence. Now they're giving life without the possibility of parole. So you gonna die in there.
Depends on the
Severity of the crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Or the death penalty.
But
But
honestly,
I feel like I would prefer that.
Because what am I
Because what am I
contributing to in
contributing
there?
to in there?
I just,
No, but they be up in there going to college and everything. Like there's a lady that was up in there.
What would it though?
I don't, I don't know. I think just to kill time because the lady in there had like 3 master's degrees. But the messed up thing is that out here, if we got 3 master's degrees, do you realize we would be like $300,000 like in debt? But she just gets it just free. So you got to go to prison to get a free college education. What's going on?
yeah, but what a
record.
Yeah.
What you
That's
gonna do?
what are you gonna do with the 3 master's degree?
Start your own podcast.
Yeah. It's funny you said that because one of my favorite podcasts I listen to is the Death Row Diaries, and the co-host, one of them really is on death row though, and I was like, he's doing one of them is not in prison, and the other one's on death row, and I was like, whoa, he's doing a podcast from death row. It trips me out. Yeah.
How?
So his co-star, well, he's able, like, because you can hear him on the phone. So the phone starts over every 15 minutes. So he got to keep hanging up and calling back. So you can hear him like, you have 60 seconds left of the call. And so, yeah, so his co-star is like recording all of this. And then I guess the co-star edits it and puts it up. But yeah, he's a death row. And I thought it was like really, it's an amazing podcast. Honestly, I listen to it because I get educated about, I didn't know all that stuff be happening on death row. That could be like a whole other podcast. But I never want to go to death row. I'll tell you that much. No, the funniest thing was because you have more of a chance of getting killed by one of the inmates than them killing you.
Than making it to the
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, like he said on the podcast, he said, I guess somebody got so mad about what happened at their court date that he smashed up the TV. And so because of that, he got stabbed to death because he smashed up the TV. So couldn't nobody watch TV. So he got stabbed to death for that.
Wow.
I was like, what is right over the TV?
Okay. Well,
I was like, whoa, it's a lot. Don't ever go to prison, everybody. Ever. Not to death row.
I'm glad I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Me too.
Go to work, and have my show and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, for the book, I saw that they're on your website.
Yeah, they are. Yep, you could also, because it's connected to the Amazon as well.
Saw that. So
Saw that. So
NishaAuthor.com.
NishaAuthor.com.
Mm-hmm.
You guys write
You guys
that
write that
down.
down.
And
And I
I
got
got
your
your
social
social
media
media here.
here.
Yep.
Your
Your
Instagram.
Instagram.
You have two
You
Yep.
have
Instagrams.
two Instagrams.
Yeah, I do have two Instagram. So one is the Hot Garbage Show. It's the podcast Instagram, and then there's my personal Instagram as well.
Excellent. You got
Excellent.
your
You got your
Facebook
Facebook
and
and
TikTok.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go to
Y'all go
her
to her
Facebook.
Facebook.
So I'm gonna
Don't go say.
Yeah. And I also have a discussion group for the podcast. If you guys want to go to the Facebook, that's the Hot Garbage Show True Crime Edition. So you guys can join that, and then we'll talk about like the cases, whatever cases I do.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's gorgeous.
That's
So
gorgeous.
like,
So I'm
who
like,
am I
who am I talking
talking
to
to
today?
That's great.
That's great.
This is
This is
different.
different. I've never
Had anybody
had anybody
on
on
that was into
that was
that
into
stuff.
this kind of stuff.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited, to be here and stuff like that.
This is
This
cool.
is
So
cool. So what we're
going
going to do real quick
is
is
replay
replay
and give
and give
you
you
time to speak on what
on what to think.
Oh, okay. All right. What's
All
fake?
right.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Tell
We'll
y'all.
tell y'all.
All right.
All right.
So
So
nobody gave
nobody
me
gave
answers, so
me
you can
answers,
go
so you
ahead
can
and
go
tell
ahead and tell
everybody
everybody
which one was the
which
So
same.
one was the same.
I cannot sing worth anything, although I wish I could, but I can't sing at all.
I knew it was
I
So,
knew it was that one,
even
even
without
without
remembering
remembering
that
that
was
you
a
said that
fake.
was a fake.
oh
Because
yeah.
Because
no one
no one said
that Hasteen
that
is
Hasteen
really good
is
at
really good at it.
Oh yeah. And nobody says that, huh? I didn't even think about that. Right. I'm like, man. Yeah, no, I suck. I did a play and it was like a musical and I was one of the leads and I was actually going to sing a song and that song actually got taken from me because it was like no matter how much I practiced, it wasn't working. And guess what song it was too? Because I thought I was gonna get up there and just blow. Guess what I was gonna sing?
What?
What?
I was about to try to say, "Take Me to the King."
Cool child.
Cool child.
You
I don't know what would have happened.
Actually add to the king to the king.
Yeah.
Please,
Lord,
Lord,
please,
take
Lord,
it.
take it.
I think I would have made a damn fool of myself. So I'm kind of glad it got taken away from me now that I'm thinking about it.
Hey, not everybody's
anointed.
Yeah.
You gotta stay
Yeah,
in
stay
your
in
zone,
your
in your
zone,
lane.
in your lane.
Yeah, maybe you'll give me singing lessons one day because I know you can sing real good,
Maybe,
Yes.
yes. We
Possibly
could
possibly do that.
Yay.
And let you know my
I
rate.
know my rate.
Okay. Absolutely.
So what
So what
I
I like
like
to
to
do
do is give my guests an opportunity to share their words of with close out with their important.
Oh yeah. So just keep pushing, no matter because when you feel like you're tired and you feel like you're gonna fall off, that's when you're gonna make a breakthrough. And whether it's your career, your relationship, whatever it is that you want, just keep pushing. Whether it's your education, because it'll happen for you, but it starts with you. Like you have to push yourself along.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Agreed.
You have to be
You have to be your biggest fan.
Absolutely.
And on
And
that
on
note,
that note,
you're to
you're
embrace
to
that
embrace
perfect
that
alignment,
perfect alignment with you.
and we will be
And
back
we will be
here
back here
Friday night,
Friday night,
19 to
19
time.
to 6.
And
And
see you guys
see you
soon.
guys
Have a good
soon.
evening.
Have a good evening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Although weeping